first one since he didn't have time for the last time. Kevin, you're on mute. Go ahead, Kevin.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, Jalen. Appreciate you taking the opportunity today to do the interviews. I just wanted to ask you, being a grad transfer coming from Northern Kentucky, obviously you missed the game last year injured at Bud Walton Arena. But what's your experience been so far now that you're part of the Razorback program and going to get to play in that arena here in a few weeks?
The experience is just super exciting, man. Just the buildup of it all. You know, we haven't had basketball in a while, college basketball at that, you know. So just being able to get back into the gym, being able to grind every day the way we do. And honestly, just the opportunity. I know we're going to have some fans. I know it's not going to be able to be filled out like it usually is, but playing in Bud Walton, they had a great atmosphere when we played here last year. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, being on this side of the, bubble.
Just seeing the brief highlights we've been able to see from practices, looks like with your length, we've heard about how good of a defender you are. Certainly your resume shows that. But talk about what you're bringing to the court for the Arkansas Razorbacks in a role this season on this team.
Just a leader, a point guard that can settle guys in on plays when, just kind of being a coach on the floor a little bit too. Like just getting guys in position, getting guys the ball, in positions they can be successful and just making the ones around me better while also, doing whatever it takes to win games. That's my biggest thing, is just winning games.
One last question for you before I move it along. Which players so far that you've competed against in practice, who stood out to you and why?
Justin Smith actually is just, a talent in his own. His jumper's coming along a long way, man. He's just super athletic. JD is actually doing really well. He bounced back pretty quickly from his hand injury. Moses is shooting the ball really well, actually. And just, a little bit of everybody in their own way, really.
Thank you, JT.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bob, fire away.
Hey, Jalen, how you doing? You guys have an interesting mix of grad transfers, red shirts, freshmen, a couple guys coming back. How do you think y'all have meshed? I know it's been an odd summer, obviously, and fall, but how do you think y'all have meshed in the workouts? What's impressed you, and what are you looking forward to now that the workouts will be full scale?
I mean, for a team that's had this many new guys, if you came into the gym, you would not, notice it. I think in any other way. Like, our team camaraderie is definitely coming along a lot over the short stint of time that we've been here and just going through it, every single day. You see guys working. That's the culture we built here. So just seeing, we love to see each other, moves that we see, another guy working on during their workouts. And, sometimes when we can get together a little bit during our stations and practice, you get excited to see those guys do those moves. Yeah, we work on that. You know what I mean? And we're always happy for each other and each other's success. So just, I will leave it at that. Just how we're all so together so soon, honestly, with such little time.
Eric's talked about this team having a lot more depth and height than last year. You might remember a pretty short bench, not a lot of height, good players, obviously. But how competitive are the practices, and how competitive do you think it's going to be for playing time on this team?
It's definitely going to be competitive. That's anywhere, though. Everybody gets their own set role, and some people have to buy into those, whether it be a big defender on the team or, a playmaker or shooter, stuff like that. So practices are super competitive. Nobody ever wants to lose. Nobody ever wants to, feel like they're letting their team down, whether it be red or gray. So just that side of the spectrum, and these are high-level ball players that we're talking about. Expected to be any other way.
Yeah, I got some more if time allows, but I'll let Mike, rotate it around. Thanks, man.
Sure.
Hayden, you kind of missed out on the last round. Do you have anything for Jalen?
I'm good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. We'll go back to Hutch.
Yeah, Jalen, I just have one for you. I was wondering what your assessments are of the two freshman point guards, KK and Devontae. How have they looked so far, and what do you think they're going to bring to the table this year?
Honestly, they work Man, and they've gotten better since we've been here, you know. So my assessment so far is like KK, for example, he's a natural born scorer. He's really quick, man, and really knows how to get to his spots at a very early age. And he knows how to get his shot off, which is actually pretty impressive for a freshman at this point. Devo can honestly play multiple positions. He does so many good things to the game. He's one of the best loose ball getters I've ever seen. You know, he's always on the offensive glass, even as a point guard. And, you know, he's learning how to play multiple positions, just like some other guys we have. And he's literally, there's not a lot of things that he can't do on a basketball court. He can dribble, pass, shoot, and he's definitely like a dog when it comes to just loose ball getting and on the offensive and defensive boards. So
Appreciate it, Jalen.
Next, go Nate Allen.
Yeah, what's it been like playing with a 7'3" center who shoots threes as far as how he fits in the offense and what you can do with him?
it creates a lot of mismatches for everybody, man. Like if you're coming off that ball screen and he's popping back, they have to respect that every time. So it makes the defense shift. While also, you know, you can always find him. If he's open, especially his man's got to be near the basket because he's playing the 5. So I get him a lot of open shots, and I feel like he gets a lot of other people some open shots. So he makes my job a lot easier.
And also, just since he's been here a couple of years, how much do you all kind of rely on Desi Stills just to kind of get used to the program and everything?
Desi does a lot of great things. He's a natural born leader through being here for so long and all these new guys. So when we tend to stray away from, you know, what the usual is and how hard we work, Desi is always that one in practice, that voice. It's like, come on, y'all, we got to pick it up. Or come on, guys, like, y'all know this is how we do stuff. And, you know, this is the expectation. He always gets us back to, you know, right where we need to be.
Thanks.
We'll go to Curtis.
Hey, Jalen, you mentioned running the point guard quite a bit. Obviously, you're a guy that can defend multiple positions. Offensively, is that where you feel the most comfortable at the point?
Honestly, it doesn't mean all that to me. Like as a point guard, you know, initiating offense, things like that, getting guys to their spots, and you know, most of the time seeing what I can see out on the court and letting coach know. That's where the point guard position comes in. But I'm actually comfortable playing the 2 and 3, just as much. Is there an echo? I'm sorry, kind of messed me up a little bit.
That's okay. It just rose a little bit. Follow-up question for you. You guys are about 12 weeks in now, so a lot of new faces, but you're getting to know each other, learning how to play together. Any strengths for this team that you're seeing start to emerge?
Some of the strengths is like we just, like you said, the length and athleticism piece, and you know, with certain groups, we can definitely create mismatches just off the 5 that's out there. You know, whether it be small balling or really big groups with groups like Justin Vance and Connor and myself out there. Whoever the 5th guy is doesn't really matter. That's a lot of length right there, and just like groups that can really, really shoot the ball as well. Like there's a multitude of different, you know, stretches of teams and like groups of 5 that you can see out there on that court. So you never really know which group is going to bring you, I feel like. You know what I mean? There's never going to be a group where I feel like other teams can just go zone and try to pack it in on us. At the same time, I don't feel like there's any group that will lack defensively or lack speed on the court or lack pushing the ball. So I think just having all that different talent, all these different mixes will be so much, you know, I think it's hard to prepare for, honestly, all these bodies.
Jason Carroll.
Hey, Jalen, I just wonder how much the last 12, 13 weeks on the floor have been beneficial for you and the other transfers, because usually it takes a while to get adjusted to, you know, the team and what you guys are trying to do. How beneficial have these last 12, 13 weeks on the floor been for you and for those other transfers?
They've been huge, man. Just when it comes to a team chemistry standpoint, to really get into work, you know, after this more than others. So just being able to be back and being able to, you know, get that feeling like, okay, it's coming, you know, getting us something to look forward to. And just, it gives us a different type of feel too, because it's a lot of new guys, you know what I mean? So as a grad transfer, you have to kind of bring those other guys around and bring them in and, you know, see what, you know, how everybody likes to play, you know, likes and dislikes. And, you know, you love to hear winning is a part of everything, everybody's, you know, vocabulary. And that's what everybody wants to do. So it's a great little stint we were able to have here these last 12 or 13 weeks.
Now, Tyler Cass, you got anything for Jalen?
I'm all good.
Okay, Scotty, you're up next.
Yeah, Jalen, just based on what you've seen so far, what do you think the personality of this team is or can be?
I think this team will take on the personality of our head coach, actually. You know, just hard work, extreme accountability, and just locking in and being gritty on both sides of the floor. You know, when I say both sides of the floor, defensively, we're going to have to be really good to, you know, accomplish the goals we would like to have. But on the offensive end, taking care of the ball, making guys guard, making the defense really work every single possession. So I think some of the personality we'll take on is, you know, a team that could take on multiple different forms with many different lineups, but also just, like I said, having that grit and that chip on our shoulder, because everybody here feels like they have something to prove and they want to play at the next level. So that's something you can really look into. I look forward.
Dudley, you got something? All right. Jordan Black, what?
Yeah, hey Jalen, you mentioned coach, and what was the sales pitch like to get you here? Did you have eyes on playing in the SEC or just eyes on that next level? What was the kind of the determining factor in getting you here?
When it came to me getting recruited, coach definitely harped on how he's had really good success with the grad transfers in the past, with the Martin twins over at Nevada, along with Jordan Caroline, who's now in the NBA, along with some other guys like Kendall Stevens. So just that for sure. And then the facilities, obviously. I wasn't necessarily looking SEC, but I definitely wanted to take a little step up coming from a mid-major. And I knew that they had the culture here and they were looking for, you know, some of the things that I could bring. So I think it was a perfect fit. I think some of the things you'll see me do on the court will translate just like Coach Musk said, honestly. And that was definitely a big thing for me.
All right, one final question for Jalen before we bring in Coach, because Coach is on a tight timeline as well. Anyone have something specific for Jalen? All right, Jalen, I appreciate it. We'll bring in Coach Musk.
All right, appreciate it.